Mr. Crow. We're onto the game, onto the match. A little bit of a 5-point defense from both teams.
Yeah, and Ray Farkey, I believe. Oh man, if I could get the match from last week when they played, I can't remember if he played Jace or Graves.
I think it was a Graves angle, but I can't quite remember.
Yeah.
It's been a little while.
It's just been a minute, you know, a little too many years and whatnot. Excuse the memory. But either way, he did a monstrous job against Yellow Yoshi. But then again, Yellow Yoshi was playing that Bard, which, you know,
yeah. Was it Gwen with the free lane?
Yeah, Gwen with the pretty free lane, I would say.
Yeah, I think I remember that one. That was not the greatest fun to watch. Blitzcrank-san does favor AXIZ here. He's seen what Jinx can do, and he's a little bit scared of that champion left to scale off into the late game, even against the Aphelios. It's a little more conditional. You can look at that 5-minute spike for red. That is probably a Hecarim ultimate. That is probably an early shockwave or a quick rotation just beforehand. In any case, Burning Core quite happy to start this one off with lanes. They do need to wait a little longer for that Hecarim to get going. He's going to full clear no matter what. He's a bit on rails. We saw this attack last week. CGA fell down a little there. In any case, the Lee Sin a little more creative, both pathing away from each other, so won't be this matched pathing to the bot lane we've seen. And with that, we look to Swamp to be a bit more creative on the Lee Sin in the early game and find an angle in onto Burning Core.
Aha, so I just did a little checking. Yes, last weekend, Ray Farkey did play the Jace. He went the Lethality Jace. Went 9, 2, and 14, so...
okay, that's a scoreline.
Yeah, he had a lot of fun. I'm remembering the top lane dives, because him and Dice were essentially playing anything you can do, I can do better with controls. And it was quite a corral, if I have seen one. So definitely looking to repeat that success here, as he's already considerably ahead of Yellow Yoshi in the CS matchup. Oh my goodness.
Did manage to push the Gwen off the wave. She should catch a little bit up into tower, but not the easiest time for Yellow Yoshi to catch up on farm. With the Ghost as well, signals a more 1v1 style. No Ignite to contribute to 1v1 and team fight. Instead, that's just to run your opposing laner down in the 1v1. Flawless will be around this top side. Maybe that is the call from Burning Core. Worried about the Ghost. Both mid laners starting to run out of mana. The first rotation coming through, so nothing explosive. This will give Hecarim time to scale. Does want that level 6, does want the chem tank to come through to enable this horse for Burning Core. And with that, just wait a little longer, and AXIZ, it really is their move out on the map right now.
Yeah, they definitely have the tempo advantage, I would say, all around the map, as... oh my goodness, just playing straight in.
Maybe not in top, eh?
It's a tower shot. That's a little unfortunate. Look at the knockback, though. Oof. Just stepping a little too far there.
Little bit of fun from Ray Farkey. He'll pop some potions, pop some biscuits. He calls for Flawless in. The moment they know that Swamp on the Lee Sin isn't counter jungling in that bottom side. He took a pretty standard reset timer and done his own. This means Swamp will get onto Dragon first in pretty good shape at level 5. It's on Flawless to try and match, to try and do the same. He's going to recall. A little bit of committal to the top side. Will leech a bit of XP. Shouldn't be too noticeable. The 6 shouldn't be delayed, as he's already ahead of Yellow... wow. Ray Farkey is already ahead of Yellow Yoshi, which is a name that shouldn't be so hard to say.
You know, those alliteration names, they get you every time.
Every time.
I totally understand. But yeah, just definitely good on Burning Core. Great map awareness from the squad, as Dicey gonna step up in the blue side,
yeah,
just drop himself control. Yeah.
That ward will spot Flawless just sinning a little here and coming straight down. You'll notice there is a matching one in mid to try and spot Hecarim coming out on this bot side at all from his jungle. Dice is going to reset quickly. Fingers crossed that should be the lost chapter on 48 farm. Swampole spots out another control ward. Flawless knows he's not alone in his jungle. TP back to mid from Dice. So Burning Core, once they've cleared this mid wave, are out on the map. And they're 2v2. And we'll look to see Yuhi and Fujimoto do the same. So a bit more neutral. This is where it starts to get a little more creative. We see 6s from mid. Dice will spot this out. Flawless really wants this dragon. He also really wants to cycle his camps in the top side. Swamp not so worried. With that, we have this tense dance around the dragon. Looks like Flawless is going to give it up. Go back to farming. The Hecarim really, really needs his level 6.
Yeah, definitely needs to go back to farming, hit that break point to where he can match Yi, I would say, more so in the ganking game, as AXIZ is going to go ahead and go for this early Drake. Very good on them getting that early objective secured. So I'm really liking what I am seeing for AXIZ right now, playing it slow, getting that ramping going, keeping wards all around the map. And oh, look at this. Call it for some friends. Just take it faster. Very nice.
Friends, take it faster. Can't argue with faster. AXIZ will take it up the Ocean Dragon. The next one will be not loaded onto the UI. Never mind. Thank you, observers. So we won't know which souls we're in for just yet. The tempo advantage still with Burning Core. They've lost that objective. Swamp will be farming a little slower for it. You'll notice Flawless now pops the cone in such a way it's not seen. It should be able to take away this blue buff. This should be the Hecarim getting that level 6. And with that, an extra advantage out on the map. The fight for this Herald will be a little bit closer. Never mind, Dice is going to recall. Expended most of his mana trying to push out that wave, trying to check Megamin and Swamp. And with that, Burning Core have an opportunity here. It's now back in their favor on the map. They should try and find somewhere to go, something to do next, as the onus is on them to move while they have the priority, the advantage.
Right, and yeah, just looking for these mid lane waves to reset, just pushing them into each other. I mean, I would like to see Megumin roam a little bit more now that he is, 7 with Swamp, because this 3-man cell right here, Alistar, Lee Sin, Ryze, is so annoying to deal with, especially as, you do have low mobility as this Orianna. Sure, she can speed herself up and whatnot, but it's not going to be to the great effect as when you have multiple people dashing at you and then Ryze for those good roots, as AXIZ is actually going to start the Herald here, as they have prime advantage on it. We thought Burning Core might have had that neutral objective on lock, but it's not going to be the case, as we have 4 members of this AXIZ squad towards the top lane.
Yeah, we will see you here with the correct guns to absolutely shred this bottom tower to pieces. Flawless coming to support that rather than playing for the Herald. I suppose if you get 3 plates the hard way, it's about the same value, right?
I would say so.
Alright, so 3 plates there directly into Yuhi. 1.5 kills, 500 gold-ish. Once we account for all the minions as well, definitely more. And even though AXIZ cross map and they'll try and take something away from Rayfarki, the Jace not too worried about losing his infrastructure here. Will happily play behind that tier 1 in relative safety. Meanwhile, on the other side, unlocking Yuhi from this lane, he has lost his guns now over to something a little more AoE focused, a little more long range. So won't quite match the pace here. AXIZ will take the tower first and get that first brick gold you mentioned. And with that, it is maybe still advantage for AXIZ. They are about the same in gold. Both carries pick that up, and they're going to keep going
Shelly
for the T2.
got another charge. Shelly got another
huge.
charge. That's huge. That's huge. Yeah, so they're going to... Burning Core is going to leave Yuhi in the bot lane to soak up all that gold from that turret. Not going to get the first bonus, like we had mentioned, AXIZ claiming that, but for AXIZ to get a second Shelly charge on... or one Shelly charge onto that tier 2 tower in top lane, that's really good momentum-wise, and yeah, the gold lead's still in the favor of Burning Core, but that's solely down to the members, I would say.
Have you seen that CS lead in top?
CS lead, yeah,
it's
look at it.
Ludicrous, Kerr.
CS in top, CS in jungle, CS pretty even in mid and bot, but yeah, just the solo members on the top side of the map for Burning Core really pulling some weight with that gold income.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just, once again, another slow-paced game, 10 minutes in, no kills, 1 tower apiece.
1 tower apiece. Both teams not looking to explode at the moment. This is something we've seen in the LJL so far. This split, many teams able to just go slowly. Burning Core and DFM may be the worst offenders in my mind. No matter what's going on, no rushing. Just straight out onto the map at about 15 minutes. Yuhi will start to chip away at Sanctuary's health bar. This will be valuable if Flawless commits. He's still got the Ghost. He's still got all his cooldowns. Burning Core have warded out the river. They're just not quite ready to commit. Fujimoto's still coming from base. Ah, he's been spotted.
It's been spotted, yep. We'll get pinged out over there.
For some reason, I thought Burning Core was blue. Maybe their icon has just messed with me, but yeah, those were Burning Core. Those were AXIZ wards. Spotting out Burning Core, completely the opposite.
Yeah, It's just really such a stalemate game state once again. 2 games in a row. Maybe this one is going to go the full 50-minute distance. Temporal, can we handle this right now?
I'm so ready. I'm so ready. My headache is getting worse, but I'm so ready. 4 hours of LJL straight can do this to a person. Don't get me wrong. It's a good watch. It's a powerful potion.
Oh, absolutely. And hopefully we can get that quicker game as soon as one of these teams decides to flip that switch.
I'm not worried about it being quick, just not now.
Yeah, just maybe so, as Hextake Dragon will spawn next, and it looks like AXIZ once again is in the position, but no, Burning Core this time will enter with manpower as you have a 5-man stack up here in the mid lane, as it normally goes. As
Flawless on the flank.
A lot of shadows will get charged back in. Ooh, great job from Burning Core. The depth charge will be used more so for a disengage than an engage from Burning Core. So that all-important ultimate is down. The 2 ultimates burn on the side of Burning Core for nothing as the shockwave comes out.
Oh.
Ooh, chunky damage right there.
Both teams really boxing with shadows right now. It's really backwards and forwards. Neither finding a critical takedown that would send Sangchu into his excited form or allow Burning Core to really push forwards onto this objective. They're really taking their time here. Flawless will charge in. He's aware there's a control ward there. He knows what he's doing. He's bringing AXIZ towards them. The other members of Burning Core grouping up. They won't find anything here, but now the gauntlet is thrown. AXIZ have to do something, or it's Burning Cores.
Yeah, you see Swamp looking for the steal. The rocket goes on. Oh my goodness.
Nearly. Just enough to make you think.
You know, just enough to burn the hairs on the back of your head, you know. Just
yeah.
Flawless taking deep breaths right there.
It's like, hang on, how much of an execute is the Super Mega Death Rocket again? Just check that one up.
You know, it's one of those you throw in the air, just kind of lick your finger, test the wind speed. All right, we're going. Just send it. Unfortunately, it does not result in a dragon steal or a death for AXIZ, so that will be Hextech Drake going over.
Ooh. I'm not sure if that was a UI glitch. Did you see that? Sangchu bought Gale Force, refunded, and bought Kraken.
Yeah, I did see that.
I'm not convinced. I still think Gale Force is just so good. Sure, you have these members of AXIZ who should be standing up front in front of Sangchu, and therefore the true damage could be a little valuable. Breakthrough Fujimoto a bit quicker, but the Gale Force getting away from a Shockwave or a Moonlit Vigil, or pulling a depth charge so that you don't hit all 5 members of the team on its way to you, just so valuable. So we'll see. It's on Sangchu to make it work now.
I definitely think Sangchu is going to rely on his positioning. Believes in himself and says, it's cool. I can dodge.
That's cool. We
see the Kim tank coming out for Flawless here, as he's going to be super mega hyper speed pony.
That's pretty exclusive. Oh, here we go. Swamp Shadowing Mega Man. Nothing going to happen for now, but they have lost that north quadrant of the jungle. Rayfaki not going to burn his teleport to contest, and with that will be Herald Vision up for AXIZ. They'll take this one down. No contest from Burning Core. With that, they'll probably get close to equalizing the gold or breaking the top T2, whichever way they choose to do it. Breaking the tier 1 in mid here would allow them full control of that top jungle. They held it for a moment, but pretty hard to do when you haven't broken the tier 1 in mid. So it will now be on AXIZ to try and figure that one out with Dragon in the next few minutes. They could also use it to force priority for that. Plenty of options here for an AXIZ side. Can come in a number of ways. Burning Core have just let Rayfaki go on this bottom side. They have sent Flawless down to Shadow. It will just peel away. Both teams looking to resets as all the mythics come through now. This next fight will be pretty tense. The way it's played out means that as soon as someone starts to accelerate much faster towards that delayed Dragon Soul, we're going to start to see the game snowball faster and faster.
For sure. And this is Herald number 2, gonna be acquired by AXIZ. So once again, getting that very strong neutral objective to help break open this map on Burning Core's side. definitely looking like the angle for AXIZ. They've been doing a good job of it so far. Doing a good job with these rotations and handling everything. But Burning Core is still in the lead, literally just because their players are good at killing minions. So
we gotta hang it up to the understanding of Gwen Jace. Yellowish really suffered in that early game. Ray Farkey pushed him off the minion wave and then sort of let it die at the same speed, denying experience, denying gold to Yellowish's Gwen. The Gwen does really rely on the Omnivamp, really relies on the Rift Maker to come through. Otherwise, not as strong, not as useful. Needs to grab that, then some other pieces to scale up. This is going to be the Rift Herald on the mid tier 1. So AXIZ saying, we want control of your topside jungle, Burning Core.
Yeah, let's see how they answer it. Flawless, you see waiting in the wings over there in Riverbush. Not really going to... Yeah, he's going to go ahead and recall. Not really much they can do off of that. The rest of Burning Core was there to stop this, so no extra Shelly charge on this time around. But that's a lot of gold going into the pockets of AXIZ that they're able to grab. And Burning Core really just playing the waiting game right now.
Nice and slowly. Neither team wanting to commit to anything. No takedowns at 17 minutes. I'm not sure the longest game this split without any takedowns, Crow, but it's a bit of a snooze fest so far. Some punches thrown backwards and forwards, but nothing landing. Nothing too decisive at all. Only that minor gold advantage despite 2 heralds for AXIZ and a dragon apiece. No clear advantage here. The team that can currently make the most actions is Burning Core after that herald went down. They do have the Hecarim. They do have the bigger tools to start a fight. Mountain Dragon in 20 seconds is the focus. Burning Core are onto the objective, but AXIZ not looking to give this one up without a fight. They will clear out these minion waves in mid and bot lane. Flawless has popped the ghost.
Ooh, Flawless.
There's no one there though. This is desperation. Oh no, hang on. Was that okay? Is that a UI bug?
I think that was him on top of the
Rift
on the Rift puddle, but
it's got a lot. That's it.
Charge as well.
I think he went in with E. This is the Rift walk forwards. Megaman and Swamp will push Ray Farkey out, but again, nothing lands. Burning Core will be onto the dragon. They won't be able to finish this in time. TP comes back in. This is Ray Farkey joining. Watch Dicey.
Okay, didn't reset, so it's still super low. Flawless is in behind. Let's see, he gets the smite off. Who's going to win in the smite fight? As there is a jump in from Dicey on his Alistar. Health bar's going low. Ultimate's popping left and right as we will get first blood going into Yuhi here. He's blinking. He has to jump back out of the fight. The dragon will go the way of AXIZ. Super Mega Death Rocket chunks everybody so low. Ray Farkey fires back with an accelerated shock blast. Flawless now actually pops the ghost as he's still running around, but Swamp with the Tokyo Drift to dash in and take a kill under his name. Very scrappy fight. 1-1 all around. Dragon going the way of AXIZ, but Burning Core definitely made him work for it.
They made them work for it. It looked like both teams just wanted the dragon. You know, everything's been even so far, so why can't they share? Yuhi a little forwards here, and we'll notice the flash from Dicey does secure the engage onto Dicey and Yuhi together, which is a bit of a risk. Yuhi will continue to go forwards and does manage to pick off Dicey, but it's enough to leave them vulnerable, even though Sangchu only got a few shots off. It was more than enough to route to Burning Core. Swamp will finish off Dice. Managed to pick up the dragon with a little bit of movement around that mountain rift wall. And with that, AXIZ grow I want to say a slim lead, 100 gold down, but a mountain dragon up. It's really still anyone's game, Crow.
For sure, definitely. These even games, Temporal. What have we got going on in these last half of the LJL day? It's just back and forth, nice edge type, really dragging it out, and that was really good play from Burning Core. Flawless, little skimpy on that dragon play, allowing it to go over to them. So I believe we still don't know what kind of rift it is just yet. I didn't get to see the
mountain.
It's a mountain. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll be the mountain rift. Yeah. So definitely a soul I think both would want to play heavily for. Just because of, you know, the extra shield, the extra defensive stats.
Yeah, it favors one member on each side quite heavily. We have Flawless on the Hecarim, who will be building nothing but resistances from here forwards. And Megamin, the super tank carrier rise that we see over and over again. Notice his tiers nearly stacked. There will be a Fimble Winter in the near future. So boosting up the armor on both of those carriers, pretty important for reaching those hypers. and making them sweat in the later game. So it will be quite important for both. Not the biggest deal breaker. It's not going to be sort of a Hex Tech with a Tryndamere on your team sort of thing where it's just complete annihilation, but important nonetheless.
For sure. And yeah, now they're just, once again, playing these side lanes, pushing them out, getting a vision where they need to, establishing lines of sight, as we do see Rayfarki smell some weird in the water, so he's going to go and back away. On this top side, Flawless and Dice. So a lot of Burning Core recently I've seen Flawless and Dice playing together and just working over their opponents. So definitely love to see that still keeping hold in that game plan. And I really want Dice to start, I guess for lack of a better term, doing more. He has a little bit of CS lead. He just has, like, yeah,
you want to feel the presence.
Right. He hasn't really been doing anything. That those two little skirmishes they had in that dragon fight, he wasn't able to get much done, as he was the one that went down in those exchanges off the back end of it. So I would love to see him actually have some more agency. Once again, an Orianna pick, building damage, but not able to actually get any damage off until later on in these fights. We'll have to see if he has more agency in this game than Dasher did in the last game.
I hope so. I hope so. Another huge cataclysmic shockwave would be pretty important here. Would keep Yuhi able to go, would stop Dicey on this Alistair, causing more and more havoc in the backline for Burning Core, which was the, I feel, main contributor to their loss at that Mountain Dragon. We've got a minute up, neither team keen to go for the Baron here. The damage isn't huge from either. No double AD carry. Rayfarki sort of contributes, but isn't quite something like a Jinx or a Mage. It deals percentage health damage. So neither team's pretty keen to go for that one in the early game. Instead, they'll just maintain these assignments. Most noticeably, Rayfarki's still the lead over Yellow Yoshi, but it's the same amount. So no further advantage being gained. This is a complete stalemate, and I'm really trying my hardest to stay awake, Crow.
I totally understand. I think I'm awake enough for the both of us. So I will do my best to carry this ship all the way to port, as there's not a lot happening going on in this game, but I do sense it a brewing here. 19 seconds to this next Mountain Drake, as both teams have 4 of their members, and yeah, they have their split pushers with their TPs available and ready to unleash havoc should they, as they will get the tower in the
I just want
lane.
Someone to hit someone. Please,
right,
a dragon.
Please.
Please.
Burning Core is going to go ahead and give this full sin. No, there's TP's being called out, but that dragon's going to go down
It's,
really fast.
yeah, it's a bit delayed. Dicey will enforce. The dragon falls.
Yeah, got to go ahead and headbutt him out of there. So yeah, another Mountain Drake going the way of AXIZ, and Burning Core looking to fight. There's Onslaught of Shadows just to gain distance, just to cause a disruption, as they're going to jump in. But Songchu's going to get a reset off the back of that. Perfect position to stay alive, and Megumin gets the kill into Rayfarki. Burning Core taking a bad fight here in the river after this dragon goes down, and Songchu just free hitting. Great flash up. Oh, super low. Dice jumps forward, flashes in, manages to get 1 kill. Will be taken down by Swamp in response, and it's just Yellow Yoshi, Yuhi rather, by himself up against Yellow Yoshi and Swamp. Can he get in? Red and white, time to fight. He jumps in, takes 1 for himself. Oh, melee range, AD carry picking up the triple kill. Yuhi feeling himself here, and that is a great pickup off of the back of that Lost Dragon for Burning Core.
It was a bit desperate. It was a bit too much. In principle, you don't let AXIZ get away with this. You don't let them retreat away. You don't let them have the objective and their cake to eat with it. But that means you've got to take the fight that means something. On the back of it, Flawless extends a bit too far. Could have gone towards Swamp here instead of the main carries. Fujimoto has to flash and burn everything just to keep Burning Core relevant. Rayfarki not enough in the backline. Dice is also nearly out of mana, so as we watch this, can try and sort of survive through. Megumin instead realizes the best he can do with no HP, no mana is to trade, but it does leave Yuhi with his most important Gale Force, with these close range guns, able to just get underneath the Hallowed Mist, picks himself up a triple kill, so it's not a complete wash for Burning Core. They hold on to their most important members. 6,000 damage, absolutely colossal on this Aphelios. But they've traded over evenly. It's still an even game, Crow. There's still no meaningful advantage here.
They can't keep getting away with it. They can't. It's just He didn't die at all in that, so now he's 4-0-1 and
Oh.
immediately flawless. Oh yeah, they said, look, let's run it back, let's get another result. As the Shockwave does, they're pumping so much into taking out Dicey, who will live off of the Alistar ultimate. So now he's going back in. Flawless is still alive too, by the way. That's a tanky horse, but Yellow Yoshi will take out Fujimoto on the backside as Rayfarki snipes out. Songchu will go down. Yuhi gonna get himself another kill, and this is the chase down. Burning Core probably wanted to do this at that last dragon fight, not gonna lie. It took a bit of time, but they got there, and you have to think, with those 3 kills down in their pocket, they gotta go straight for this Baron.
The frustration on the cast of like, why is nothing happening? Probably shared by both teams, all players right now. Dicey goes a little too far, warding into the Baron. We'll see a start up here. He's paired with Swamp. Ideally, this should be the other way around, so Swamp can actually escape to Dicey. And while the Alistar takes a load of damage, double TPs come through, and Yuhi is split. Burning Core command the river. And while they do so, the cooldown's burnt by AXIZ, kicking away the support. Maybe not the best use. Fujimoto gets everything off before he goes down. Snipe from long range with Rayfarki will pick off Sangchu, the most important member of AXIZ, this hyper carry Jinx. And with that, it's just front to back from here forwards. Yuhi is well and truly enabled. Another double kill will take him to 6-0-1. Really, really playing well on this Aphelios, not letting AXIZ reach him. The dive tool's better realized from Burning Core. And with that, they have a gold advantage now. It's 3,000. It's meaningful. They got the Baron buff. There's a bit of a power play on. They'll take the tier 1 and they'll get out on the map finally.
Yeah, finally making something happen, pushing that tempo all the way. And I love Flawless, you know, with this Turbo Chem tank. It's just like, bro, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm juiced, let's go. And it's just proving to work. Like, he went super deep in that dragon fight, still resulted in his 80 carry getting 3 kills. Went super deep over there just for vision warding for Baron. Got another 2 kills for his carry and some more kills for the rest of the team. And it's showing you that, like, I always have said Hecarim has still been a good jungler. Like, even when people were focusing more on the Viego and the Xin Zhao, Hecarim was still there, but, you know, everybody's going more towards those damage carry-oriented junglers. Hecarim's still full clearing and doing tank stuff really well. I'm glad to see him back in the meta right now, as a lot of these junglers do pilot him to a high degree. And it's showing right now that Burning Core can play so many different styles, and they're just getting away with so much right now. They're like, all right, I get it. We kind of been slacking on this objective control, as Mountain Soul point for AXIZ spawning here in 20 seconds. But Burning Core definitely having to make them work for it now.
They should be in command. They should, after clearing out this midwave, be able to push it forwards and get into the Dragon Flawless. Very charged up with the command protect from Ariana, the ball on the horse. A huge threat here for anyone approaching from AXIZ. Funny you mentioned the Viego. I can see LJL definitely going back to that in a few weeks. It does have a fantastic matchup against the Hecarim. The rocket will be blocked away. Fujimoto blocking it with his face. Megamin will cross map, will burn the teleport. This T2 will fall no matter what Burning Core do, as long as Megamin remembers to attack it. Please? Please?
Sir? Yeah.
All right,
okay.
yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Cool. Right. Awesome. Was worried there for a moment. That could have been a little bit awkward. In any case, that is the power play now through from Burning Core. It didn't generate tons and tons of gold. They've maintained a small lead. They seem happy to just charge up this Aphelios and Aphelios only, and just keep going and doing the same over and over again. It should eventually result in a win. Swamp also pretty much as good as he's going to get on this Lee Sin. So some of the parts of AXIZ that have helped them generate this early lead now starting to fall away, as Flawless is looking for a target. He shouldn't really go under there.
He's just running forward menacingly at these members of AXIZ right now. They're like stopping recalls, like, oh wait, hold on, he's here. So Flawless actually being a whole menace right now. I'm loving it. And yeah, Burning Core didn't really get a lot off of that Baron power play, but they were able to, you know, get what mattered to them on the map.
Look at how flat that gold difference is.
Look at that. Oh,
flat as a pancake till a few minutes ago.
That's insane. Just that, just those quick fights, just turning everything around for Burning Core here.
It's a slow moment, a lull state between objectives. The Baron has gone. The Dragon not going to respawn for a hot minute. Burning Core don't have the greatest long-range siege, and they're not willing to commit to a dive till they've secured at least this round of vision. You'll see multiple control wards in this west quadrant of the jungle, and it just means that Burning Core are going to take things nice and slowly. 3 control wards in a pattern. They will now move with their waves. They'll get a little more chunk damage onto some towers, but they can take this nice and slowly. They don't need to rush.
For sure, for sure. Just definitely, they just keep rotating back and forth between the two. Look how tanky Megumin is. Rise, how are you just going to build whatever you want? Hold that thought, though, is flawless. I'm going to charge on the Yelioshi to get away. Speedy boy. This man's like, I'll take my own way out. Hook goes wide from Fujimoto.
Here
Flawless is back in. This man is running everywhere. We'll get a little bit of CC on the Yelioshi. Not my prime target you would want to go onto. It's Anita work shredding, doing a lot of damage on these tanks. As there's a flash forward, but oh, you don't want to take that fight, buddy. As Dice managed to get a wonderful shockwave, can fix himself up, a double kill, and this is Burning Core going forward. Oh man, Songshi watching the rest of his team absolutely eat dirt as they get collapsed on. The perfect re-engage from Burning Core, and this is a tower, this is a march down. They can get a lot off of this one.
I think this might be it, to be honest.
It's Sapporo, they look at the end here. Look, they're trying to.
I would.
They heard you.
From the smallest of leads, the overextension from AXIZ just means that
they're going for it. Oh, they're diving straight on him. Ooh,
good night, Sanctu.
Oh yeah, good night, Sweet Prince. That timer's too long for AXIZ and Burning Core. They want to send us home with a feel-good moment, and they're gonna take this game very convincing fashion. Great job, Burning Core.
Great job, bud.